I'm totally off schedule. And I spend so much time, well, so much time. A lot of the time that I spend doing this, I've said it before, is for my own benefit. I mean, there's kind of a bit of therapy that happens when you throw your own party and invite folks in. And that's a good bit of what this is. But the problem is you always have to come back to life. And I'm trying to figure that out. I have a disabled wife, special needs children. And the truth of the matter is, this is 2026, so for over a decade, 13 years essentially. 12 years. I have been the sole income, the sole source of transportation, the sole source of anything physical that needs done for a family of 5. And that's not a complaint. That's my role. That's what I do. The difficulty is taking care of everybody. And I've talked to folks, and 2 of you specifically have mentioned to me that your situations got to a point where you literally had to quit your job in order to take care of your loved ones. And I think that's what I have to do, but how do you do that with no income? Does that make sense? How do you quit your job to take care of your loved one, but then be able to afford to take care of your loved one? That's a legitimate question. Now, I do IT admin, network admin, however you want to do it. And in the COVIDian days, we learned that you could do that remotely. Well, we already knew that, but the COVIDian days said you do it remotely. And as we got out of COVID, those jobs became harder to find. Now understand, this is not a fuss. This is literally me searching for a resolution. I don't have a local resolution yet. And we're working on it, we're trying. But that is the question that I would like to present. If you are the sole source, income, like I said, transportation, all of that, and it gets to a point where you kind of can't do it, and that it sucks to say that, because can't isn't a word that really works well in my lexicon. That's not how I was brought up. Can't, no, you figure it out. And hey, how are you? But I'm trying to figure this out. And I'm trying to figure it out before it becomes an issue as opposed to just a concern. I don't know if that makes sense. It probably wasn't worded well. But this is a question, a serious question. Those folks out there, you have loved ones with disabilities. and you have to take care of them, but you also have to take care of the house, the finances, all these things. How do you do both? How? How are you in 2 places at one time, 3 places at one time? How are you on the way to one location while doing something else at another? This level is new to me, this level. So, yeah, this is pretty short, I guess. I guess I went live just because it was easier. But folks out there, how do you have to quit your job to take care of your people? And if so, how do you support yourself after that? That's my question. Because unless I get a work from home, and yes, it's not just ranting, you know, I've already started the process of trying to apply, and you know, the way the world is now, you reach out to hiring firms and all of that mess. But that's really all I got. I just kind of felt like babbling, you know what I mean? I've been there. Yeah, how? I really don't know how. I'm used to being able to figure out things. So, yeah, it's kind of it. Just how? I need to know how. So, with that, I'm going to sign off this because I don't want to sit here and be all sorts of whiny and messed up and all that other craziness. That's not what we're doing here. I want to find a resolution. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's how my dad raised me. You figure it out. You don't go crying to whatever. But at the same time, you got to understand, figuring it out also means figuring out when you're kind of at your limit with what you can do. So, I don't want to be non-productive. No, who wants to be non-productive? So, but yeah, that's my question. How? What is the process? How do you go from income, barely getting by, taking care of family, to no income, probably still barely getting by, but taking care of family? Oh, yeah, I will. I just, like I said, I'm shaping my words as best I can because look, you've seen the craziness that we do here. I need to have this conversation. But I don't know who to have the conversation with. You know, and it's like the figure outer, right? Solo stormtrooper. Just get it done. I don't know how to get it done. I don't know. You know, it's like, hit the baseball. How? I swing the bat, no contact. So, yeah, so anyone who happens to run across this, if you know the process, if you know how, enlighten me, because I'm so used to just putting my head down and getting it done and figuring it out that, you know, this is different. This isn't a get it done, figure out kind of thing. And I need advice. So for the 7 millionth time, I'm going to stop with the babbling and the rambling and all that stuff. So, yeah, happy Thursday. This is a good day. This is a good day. But it's a day with questions. So, happy Thursday.